Have you already found yourself falling into the same New Year's resolution trap? It's time to try something different. Regardless of your goals or desires, empowerment starts with the Spirit. I struggled to achieve my personal goals, often starting strong but hitting a brick wall until I fully surrendered to Christ and allowed myself to be led by the Holy Spirit. Now, we invest so much time, energy, and money into self-help, mentoring, courses, books, degrees, coaching, and even scrolling through social media, watching and listening to others accomplishing their goals and trying to tell us how we did it, but most fail to access the most beneficial person that can catapult us into our destiny. The Holy Spirit is so important that this was the last instruction given by Jesus to his disciples in the book of Acts before he ascended into heaven. And it was to wait for the promise of the Holy Spirit before they did anything. When we go ahead and don't wait for the Holy Spirit, we eventually crash and burn because we go in our own efforts. But when we wait for the Holy Spirit to come upon us, we receive supernatural power, ability, wisdom, and strategy to navigate what God has called us to do in ways beyond our natural understanding. Let me share an example of this that I experienced, which started with the dream that the Lord gave me. It was dark and I was by the sea with my husband, and my husband asked me if I was able to float upon the water, and he said it in a doubtful way, and I responded to him and said, "Watch me do it," with a certain confidence. So I walked into the ocean and it was calm. It was a beautiful, clear night, and I floated on my back for what I counted as 8 hours. And I emerged as the sun was rising, feeling very accomplished and looking at how strong my legs appeared as I walked out of the ocean and onto the sand. Now, that same week, I was on my morning prayer call and the Lord gave me a divine download for a book. He gave me the outline. He gave me the chapters, the content. I couldn't stop writing, and the ideas kept coming even after the prayer call was over. I told my husband what happened, and he was looking at me crazy like, "Can you even write a book?" And it sounded just like the dream, that doubtful tone. And I told him, "Watch me do it." And I felt this confidence, and I knew without a shadow of a doubt that the Lord was backing me up. Everything was crystal clear. And so after my work day, I started to write on the laptop until the night. The next day, I repeated it again and did the same thing. And when I was done, I went to my husband jumping up and down saying, "I finished the book," and he couldn't believe it. I edited my book, and that same weekend, I uploaded my first book on Amazon. Wow, I knew I was living the book of Acts in that moment, and I knew without a shadow of a doubt that it was the Holy Spirit that was upon me, driving and guiding me to write this book, and it took me exactly 8 hours, just like my dream revealed. I learned something incredible through that experience. Depend on the Holy Spirit. You are able to supernaturally accomplish your God-given assignments. Take the free course, An Introduction to the Holy Spirit, to access a whole new dimension of supernatural living.